Welcome to Puvanur RBIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RBIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We just started with Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam, 7-beat cycle. We just saw the first sequence, how to adapt from Adi Thalam to Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Again, to have a recap, Tisra Jathi Triputa Thala, Tisram is 3. The structure is 1 lagu and 2 dhrutams. The way you have got to put the thala goes like this. So we are going to proceed further from sequence 2 onwards. How to go about it in this thala. It's a very simple thala. It's just 1 beat less than Adi Thala. We'll quickly cover a couple of sequences in a class so that I will give the perspective in a very quick way and cover this thala in style. Before we get into the class, I will start this class with Tirukkural. Aatruvar Aatrul Pasi Aatrul Appasiyai Vaatruvar Aatrulin Pin. What is the meaning of it? Beautiful Tirukkural. Tavam Seivor Pasiyai Tangik Kollum Valimayudayavar. Avvalimayanadu Pasiyai Tam Eegai Tharathal Neekuvoruடைய வலிமைக்கு பிற்பட்டதே ஆகும். That's what Thiruvallur says. What does it mean? The people who follow meditation, penance, know they can actually withstand the hunger. And that's the vairagyam, that's the power. They show their power. They can be without food. They can be without food for many days. They can be without water for many days. They will do tapas. But what Thiruvallur says is, a person who actually offers food, who is actually suffering from hunger, who, as a charity, it's much more valuable than the saint who is showing their vairagyam to go through this hunger period. That's the comparison Thiruvallur makes. So, the net, what does it mean is Eidal, the donation, or the timely needs are met. That's the thought for today. We're going to take away that good thought, and with that good note, let's ensure that in our life we do some charity, some help, and especially needy for the poor when they are actually striving for something, when they want to get it. If you can offer that, it's matchless. It's much bigger value than the saint who are doing penance without food and showing their power. So with this good thought, I'll enter into the class. The taka dhimi dhimi taka, the sequence. Taka dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka, taka dhimi dhimi taka, dhimi dhimi taka. That's how the structure is in Adi Thalam. Now it's 1 less. So, and it's also 3 and 4. If you want to make it interesting, dhimi taka, taka dhimi taka, you can do that. Perfect split of the 3 beats into 1.5, and then dhimi dhimi taka, taka tagadigu tagadigu tagadigu. That's one way of split. The second way is half beat. It's like Misra Chapathala itself, you can play into this Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Misra Chapathala is 3.5 beats, Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam is double of Mishra Chapu, which is 7 beats. So, tad dhimi taka taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. So there are 2 methods by which you can do. There is a third method, which is taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. What did we do here? We just padded taka dhimi taka, then dhimi taka. That's for the one finger. You fill it with something which is very similar. Or do the reverse. Dhimi, you pad it in the front as a prefix, taka dhimi taka. As a suffix, taka dhimi taka. Either you do it as a prefix or do it as a suffix. Still, these 3 can be dealt with. So let me now repeat. There are 4 different varieties, but I am going to take one little form. I am going to express and play it for you later. But these are all the ideas I want you to grasp and play. Using the same idea, you can play the entire sequence. That's the beauty of it. The first idea, number 1. The first 3, you are breaking it as 1 and a half. Tad dhimi taka taka dhimi taka. Tad dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. Run this pattern into entirety, complete with a mora. That's first idea. The second idea, tad dhimi taka 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 dhimi taka taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu. It is a concept of Mishra Chapu fitted into Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. That's the second idea. The third idea is prefixing a taka dhimi before taka dhimi taka, or suffixing dhimi taka after taka dhimi taka. Both are the same. Taka dhimi taka, or taka dhimi taka. This first part is completely, slightly changed, modified. You can even do in this format. The pattern I am going to choose for you is dhimi taka taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. So you just add a dhimi in front. Taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka. That is the pattern I'm going to express you first, and then I'll play it. Then we'll go into the next sequence. Dhimi taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. Dhimi taka dhimi taka dhimi taka taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu. Dhimi taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka taka digu taka taka digu taka digu. All these 3 phrases you have to play 2 times. The reduction is simple. You have to reduce as 3. You have to reduce it as 4, because there is a natural slicing after the 3. Dhimi taka taka digu taka digu taka digu taka dhimi taka 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 digu taka digu taka digu. That is the division I am making. As a 3 you reduce, as a 4 you reduce. Then taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu dam, taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu dam, taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu dam. This is a 7-beat mora. Now I have explained you. I will tell one full lesson with using one phrase. I will tell you fully now. Dhimi taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu. Dhimi taka dhimi taka taka dhimi taka taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu. Dhimi taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu taka dhimi taka taka digu 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 ta taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu ta taka digu taka digu taka digu taka digu ta. That's how you should play. Now let's do practically on Mridangam how to play this. Let's look at it. that's how you have to play this sequence. It's very, very simple thalam. It's not much of difficulty. We are just only tweaking a small bit the first part. Now the second part. Let's get to number sequence 3. We completed sequence 2 now. We will complete sequence 3 and then we'll stop with this class. Then we'll go into sequence 4 in the next class. Sequence 4 and 5 we will deal in the next class. How to go about it. Now, takka dhimi tatha dhimi. How we can do takka dhimi tatha dhimi tatha dhimi takka dhimi tatha dhimi kadatak kadataka kadatak kadataka. So, in Adi Thalam, I always want you to do the relation between Tisra Triputa and Chatusra Triputa. There's only one beat difference. So one beat difference, when you get that idea, you should be very clear how to approach it totally. Takka dhimi tatta dhimi takka dhimi tatta dhimi is Adi Thalam. From 4 you are just cutting one finger now. When you are cutting one finger, you have to reduce tatta dhimi. So takka dhimi. Tatha dhimi. There is takha dhimi is one part, tatha dhimi is one part. Either of these phrase, small phrase, you can delink it from the original sequence of Adi Thalam. Takka dhimi, tatha dhimi, tatha dhimi, takka dhimi, tatha dhimi, kadatak, kadataka, kadatak, kadataka, takka dhimi, tatha dhimi, tatha dhimi, dhimi, tatha dhimi, kadatak, kadataka, kadatak, kadataka, takka dhimi, tatha dhimi, tatha dhim. Dhimmi tatta dim, takka kadataka 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 takka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim, dhimmi tatta dim, takka kadataka 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 takka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim, dhimmi tatta dhimmi kadataka 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 takka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim, dhimmi tatta dim, kadataka 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 takka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim, dhimmi tatta dim, talagada kadataka kadataka takka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim. Dhimmi tatta dim, talagada kadataka kadataka dhimmi tatta dhimmi tatta dim, dhimmi tatta dim, talagada kadataka kadataka dim, talagada kadataka kadataka dhimmi tatta dim, talagada kadataka kadataka dim, talagada kadataka kadataka dhimmi tatta dim, talagada kadataka talagada kadataka dam, talagada kadataka dam, talagada kadataka dam. This is the vanilla way of expressing the takadhimi tathadhimi sequence in Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. You can also do it a little differently. Tangatadhimi, tangatadhimi, takadhimi, tatadhimi, tangatadhimi. You can use the beauty of one and a half, tangatadhimi, tangatadhimi for the first part. Tangatadhimi, nangatadhimi. All this first part you can fill, the second part is only the Adi Thalam part. But let's go with the vanilla. I'll play it fully for you and then I will also explain some of the perspectives of what all you can do in Tisra Jathi in this particular sequence. There's nothing much, but I will give you homework of how to apply some different phrases into this and how you can go about doing it once when I practically demonstrate you how to play. You have to play takadhimi tatadhimi using all these four phrases. Now, I have also taught you One homework what you can probably think of is Tangata Dimi Tangata Dimi Dinkita get a Dinkita get a get a get a Dinkita get a Dimita Tangata Dimi Tangata Dimikita get a Dimikita get a Dimikita Dimikita get a Dimikita Dimi Tangata Dimi. Just to ensure that you can play a 4-beat phrase into this Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam, you will get that expertise of how to go about it. Playing some sequence which can go lilting form, and then use these phrases in between to bring the crescendos, like suddenly you see some different train going through a different track. You get to hear a different sound. To ensure those effects to come out when you are playing, you have to use your imagination. When you use your imagination, suddenly it may not be in the perfect thala cycle, but it will give the spurts in between. Those spurts will add on color. I like it, something like a canvas, and you've given different set of colors. However you paint it, that's how it is. Each one has their own imagination to paint it. I'm just trying to give you the idea of how to go and build over it, these two sequences in a different way. I want you to try and experiment few of the things whatever I have taught you. And in these two sequences, you can experiment much better. I've given you some ideas of how to go about it. I want you to work on it. I'll conclude this class with the Tirukural, and I'll see you in the next class with Takadhimita Tadhimita Tadhimi. That's a beautiful sequence in Adi Thalam. How we can adapt it here, we will see more. Atrar Adibasi Tirthal Akhturvan Petran Purulvai Padi. ஏழைகளின் கடும் பசியை தீர்க்க வேண்டும். அதுவே பொருள் பெற்ற ஒருவன் தன் பொருளை சேமித்து வைக்கும் இடமாகும். What does it say? If you are a person who is really poor, if they are hungry, you should ensure that they are not hungry by feeding them food. That's the highest dhana. Dhanatil chirandada annadanam. So that's what everybody says. And that's what it says, the person who has been accumulated wealth, those wealth is meant for giving it back for the needy. That's what the ruler says. Let's conclude this with this good thought. I'll see you in the next class with Tadhimi Tangada sequence, perspectives of how to approach it in Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Cheers.